The 2016 Mazda CX-3 is the best crossover for you if you think SUV can mean single urbanites vehicle. In this case, it hardly stands for sport utility vehicle, not in the traditional sense. The CX-3 is little more than a subcompact hatchback with a raised suspension and available all-wheel drive. That's enough, however, to qualify for the hottest new automotive segment, the subcompact crossover class. This is inarguably the most stylish entry in the class. It's probably the best handling, too. But is it so compromised as a crossover that for about the same money, you're better off with a small hatchback car? Let's find out. I'm Chuck Giametta. Join me for a car preview video review of the 2016 Mazda CX-3. Less expensive than larger compact crossovers like the Honda CR-V, subcompact crossovers attract younger buyers looking for economical transportation with more versatility than a similarly sized car and a hipper image too. It's a surprisingly diverse segment, the Chevrolet Trax representing conservative values, the Jeep Renegade Adventure, its Fiat 500X corporate cousin European chic, and the Honda HR-V room and reliability. The Mini Countryman is the prep school brat, Nissan's Juke the rebel. You can also include the amazingly popular Kia Soul, though it's front-wheel drive only. The CX-3 is the fashion plate, and it aims to engage you with Mazda's zoom driving feel. It slots beneath the compact class CX-5 in the automaker's crossover lineup and is based on the newly redesigned Mazda 2 subcompact car, here seen in overseas hatchback form and dressed as a sedan, for sale in America as the new IA from Toyota's Scion division. No fools, Mazda executives looked at the US auto market, decided there wasn't enough profit in another subcompact car, and reconfigured their little 2 for duty as the CX-3. They kept the 2's wheelbase, that's the distance between the front and rear axles, but added a longer body with a high belt line and a low roof that ends in this trendy blackout treatment. Then they jacked it up about a ½ inch for 6.1 inches of ground clearance. That's modest even in this class, where only the Jeep has any real off-road pretensions. Exterior highlights include the brand's graceful grille, here with edges flowing into the headlamps. Base Sport, mid-level Touring, and top trim Grand Touring models are offered and all have a tidy tail with dual exhaust outlets. Dressing up the Grand Touring are these 18-inch wheels, a handsome alternative to the 16s on the others. The CX-3 is a looker all right, but some of those design decisions carry packaging consequences. There's decent room in front, and Mazda says the high belt line makes you feel protected. It also makes you feel like you're sitting in a bathtub. The rear seat is cramped with little clearance for knees or noggins if you're over 5'7" or so. Interior storage room is sparse and cargo space is at the bottom of the competitive set. Compared with the class-leading HR-V, there's less than half the volume behind the rear seat and only 2/3 as much overall. Even the Mazda 3 hatchback has more capacity. So what, Mazda says? CX-3 buyers care more about how the interior makes them feel than how much it can carry. Mazda's got a point. No rival has a sportier cabin. This central vent, one sign of the creative thinking at work here. All models have push-button start, cruise control, Bluetooth, and a backup camera. Upholstery advances from cloth on the Sport to a leatherette cloth combo on the Touring, where, as in the Grand Touring, the steering wheel and shifter are wrapped in leather and the front seats and outside mirrors are heated. Grand Tourings get contrasting colors, neat stitching, and a mix of leather and imitation suede. They have a racy gauge cluster with the tachometer instead of the speedometer dead ahead, plus this plastic panel that presents key data in the driver's line of sight. All CX-3s have a 7-inch display as part of their standard Mazda Connect interface. It responds to voice commands and to this nicely arranged central control cluster. Navigation is standard on the Grand Touring. A reasonable $400 buys a dealer-supplied SD card to activate it on the other models. Only the Grand Touring gets automatic climate control, though it and the Touring share a folding front armrest. Mazda thinks it's a good place to stow your smartphone, but it does force an awkward reach to the central controller and cup holders.
Sporty as the cabin is, you'll need to be aggressive if you want sporty acceleration, too.
There's one engine and one transmission, a 6-speed automatic. No manual is available, and horsepower is at the low end of the competitive set. Thankfully, so is the CX-3's weight, a testament to Mazda's holistic approach to engineering efficiency. Use the paddle shifters exclusive to the Grand Touring model or the throttle-invigorating sport button standard on every CX-3, and you'll outrun most rivals in a class that admittedly emphasizes low cost and high fuel economy over outright power. Front-wheel drive is standard. All-wheel drive is a $1,250 option on any CX-3 and worth it if it snows where you live.
Still, good pickup demands liberal use of the gas pedal, which has the engine sounding loud and coarse.
Fuel economy is at the very top of the class, though, and so is handling. Steering feel is meaty, if still a little artificial. Response in tight turns is quick, behavior in sweeping bends, confidence-inspiring. The Grand Touring's 18-inch tires furnish the best cornering grip, but on bad pavement they contribute to a jarring ride. Frankly, no CX-3 absorbs bumps very well, something you urbanites should consider. We'd gladly trade the Grand Touring's extra measure of grip for the softer ride you get with the other model's 16-inch tires.
But it's not just the wheels and tires that distinguish the Grand Touring. It's the only trim level available with some pretty desirable features.
Overall, the CX-3 is priced competitively, and the Touring is probably the best buy in the line, coming with useful aids like keyless entry and blind spot and rear cross-traffic alerts. The Touring technology package adds a moonroof, satellite radio, and a flimsy cargo cover for a pricey $1,400. You get all that in the Grand Touring, plus premium Bose audio and LED exterior lighting, including steering-linked headlamps. The only way to equip any CX-3 with the latest safety gear is with the Grand Touring's iActiveSense package. Priced reasonably at $1,920, it adds features rare in this class, such as radar cruise control and automatic high beam dimming. Lane departure warning is included, as is Mazda's emergency braking system to stop you automatically if you're about to rear-end a vehicle ahead.
Its looks and handling make the CX-3 feel like more than a subcompact car, even if its packaging makes it feel like less than a conventional crossover. That may be great if your definition of SUV is, styling underpins value. If not, check out the competition in this rapidly expanding class. Better yet, look at the VW Golf or hatchback versions of such cars as the Subaru Impreza and Mazda's own 3. And for more on this and other cars, trucks, and SUVs, go to CarPreview.com and please subscribe to our Car Preview YouTube channel.